All right, so today, since it's St. Patrick's Day, we're going to have fun with a St. Patrick's Day themed journal page. If you do not have any white paper or copy paper, poster board, you can cut a piece of a grocery bag. You can leave the handle on too, it's kind of fun. Or take it off, but you can cut a piece of a brown grocery bag, whatever you can find. And your paper doesn't have to be a certain size. If you want to make a little mini journal, you can make a little mini journal like this big, make it really small. I have some mini journals. I'll show them to you later. They're super fun. Or you can work on a bigger piece. It's just up to you. And depending on what you have available at home, if you've got pencils, we can do the whole project in pencil. If you've got Sharpie markers, I've got some Crayola pencils here, some Crayola colored pencils. So those are fun. Just depends on what you have. I also have this awesome can of crayons. Hold on, I'm gonna show you my awesome can of crayons. This is a can that I've had since I was like little bitty. And now now that's a surprise. Now my granddaughters have this can too, and look, there's awesome books in here and a rubber ducky, which is fantastic, and random foam shapes, cool zebra, awesome fun things in here. But there are also some fabulous crayons. I love crayons. My favorite, I think, of everything is crayons. So whatever you have at home, you can work with that. And if you are using a pencil, that works awesome too. So we're gonna start by making a 4-leaf clover because they're awesome. And 4-leaf clovers look like 4 hearts connected in the middle. This is, remember, for fun. So please try not to be worried or nervous that your 4-leaf clover has to be perfect. Just let's make 4 hearts here. They can be wonky hearts like mine. I like wonky. So I've got my 4-leaf clover. Look at that, super fun. And I'm going to add a stem. Have you ever looked for 4-leaf clovers outside? I have spent many, many hours looking for 4-leaf clovers, and I have found them too. I have a friend who loves to find 4-leaf clovers, and she looks for them many, many days at the park. So super fun. So once you've got your 4-leaf clover, you can start by either adding some color if you want to. You can add your 4-leaf clover. This is the cool thing about art. Your 4-leaf clover can be any color that you want. It doesn't have to be green. It can be pink, blue, yellow. It can be all of those. It can be black. It can be orange. It can be whatever color you want. So I want you to experiment and decide what colors you want for your clover. I'm so excited about seeing them too, because you'll be able to share them, I think, on Facebook or Instagram. It's really cool because even though we're not able to see everyone that we want to see right now, maybe teachers or family or friends, we're still able to connect on the phone or on the internet, and that makes it really fun sometimes. I'm gonna put a button in the middle of my 4-leaf clover. A little funky, like little button shape. Okay, so if you want to color your 4-leaf clover, you can do that. Before I color mine, I'm gonna start by adding some patterns. When you add lines and patterns to your artwork, it makes it really fun, and it's kind of relaxing and meditative for your mind to make repetitive patterns. So I want you to try that at least on part of your 4-leaf clover. Like for instance, right here, I could make straight lines across, or I could make curvy lines. I'm gonna make straight lines with my pencil. I'm just gonna sit here and go down, and they don't need to be even. It doesn't matter if they go outside the lines or inside the lines. They can be curvy or wavy or straight. While I'm making this, it's a little cloudy. It's kind of overcast where I am today. I'm in Oklahoma, which is right in the middle of the United States. And it's cloudy here today. Maybe tomorrow, when I do tomorrow's video, it's supposed to be sunny. So you might be able to see a little bit better. But I have my window open next to my desk here, and I can hear the birds while I'm working on my 4-leaf clover. I love to listen to the birds. And I have lots of bird feeders in my yard because I like to watch them as well as listen to them. So I've started adding some lines to my clover. And now I'm going to take one of my clover petals and I'm going to make a middle in it. And I'm going to add some little wavy lines to the middle. You know what, guys? It would be awesome if I put my glasses on because I might be able to see a lot better what I'm doing. Okay, back to it. Now, all right, now, and if you don't want to put a line in the middle of your clover, you don't need to, or you can put a straight line. Maybe you just want a straight line. I'm gonna make this full of curves here, just for fun. And then I think I will make some shapes onto the rest of the petal. So you can take your lines, and if you do a line from a starting place to a stopping place, and you can curve it, or you can make it straight and make a straight line and then turn and straight and turn. But if you start from the same place and finish at the same place, that kind of creates a pattern so that you get some of the same look on each one of your petals. So I'm going to turn, and now I've got another petal, and I'm going to do something fun with this petal. So here's the middle of where my petal meets, right there in the middle, and I'm going to make a partial circle. And I want to tell you, when you're drawing or even writing fun letters in your journal, if you will hold your pencil a little bit looser, like we're taught when we're writing to hold our pencil in a very precise, very special way and hold it, fairly tight. But when you're drawing, you can loosen up your pencil a little. Not too loose, but loosen it up a little so that your hand allows the pencil to turn while you're drawing. Because we can use a ruler to make straight lines. And it's a wonderful tool when we want to make straight lines. But sometimes we want to make wonky lines and curvy lines. So these lines are each different, just like people. Every single one of them looks different than the other one. Another thing to remember when you're drawing or journaling is that you can press harder or lift up on your pencil to give you a different look as well. So we'll do some of that too. I'm going to move on to my third petal. And I think on my third petal, I'm going to start here. And see how the lines that I do over and over again that are very similarly shaped, I just keep following them and just making more and more of them. Repeated repetition on our patterns. And I'm going to do a little one over here, kind of like a rainbow. You can add a rainbow to yours. accents. And then my last one over here, which is really wonky, it's fun, super fun shaped. I'm going to start from that middle point and come to the point here, and I'm gonna do some more kind of a straight line like I did earlier. So the other day, I just heard this noise outside. I don't know if you could hear it, but it sounded kind of like a jackhammer or, yep, or a drill. But the other day I was sitting in my house and I heard this noise like that, and it got louder and louder. And I walked outside. I was trying to figure out what was making that really loud sound in my house. And I walked outside and I looked at my neighbors to see if it was my neighbors. And I looked up on the roof of my house, and we have a chimney in our house. Yeah, that's it again. That's him, he's next door. We have a chimney on our house. And so there's a giant woodpecker. It's actually a flicker that's on top of the metal cover on our chimney, pecking at the metal cover. It's so funny. So I'm going to do another part of this in the same way, just a little bit smaller side. And then I think I'll fill in some of the middle part here with little polka dots. Aren't those fun? You can always make your dots where they go inside or outside of your design. And then over here, I'm going to put some triangles. I want you to practice when you have time. Take a plain sheet of paper, notebook paper or grocery bag or anything, and make as many shapes as you can see. Think of a bunch and make those, and then look around and make some more so that you are ready to make lots of shapes without even having to think about it. You'll just be ready to go when we get journaling with shapes. So here is my super fun 4-leaf clover. So I'm going to pause for a minute, and then I'll be right back and we will start coloring. She must be impressed with the sound. Okay, I'm back, and I did want you to know that I had to go and video the woodpecker on the neighbor's chimney, so I will include some of that in your video so that you can see that for yourself. It was very impressive. So, at this point, if you are writing, if you know how to write yet, or if you have someone with you that can write them down for you, this is awesome time to do some writing. If you don't worry. We're going to add some colors here in just a minute. But I'm going to take just a minute and I'm going to write one thing on each of my clover petals that I am grateful for today. One thing that I'm grateful for. I am grateful for my home. So I'm not sure where you are. Maybe you're at home with someone else today. But if you have a place where you're staying today, then you can be grateful for your home too. I am grateful for my family and my friends. So I'm putting family and friends. So So if you have someone or family and friends that you can be thankful for, add that too. I'm thankful for I'm trying to figure out how to put it, my art, but my art is my expression, and it's my journaling, my quiet time. It's kind of my meditation too, so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for food and water today. So I hope that you have food and water today wherever you are. Clean food and water. Maybe you have clothes to be thankful for today, that you have clothes on, or that you're in a warm house, that you have heat today. So try and think of things that you can be thankful for today. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to erase the little marks that joined in the middle. You don't have to erase if you don't want to. You can color over. But I'm going to erase the little marks that joined my clover in the middle. So I have just a little circle there. And now I'm going to color my clover. And you don't have to color your clover if you don't want to, but I'm going to. And I think I'm going to use colored pencils. No, I think I should do crayons. I love crayons. So I'm going to use some crayons. And I'm going to start coloring my clover with crayons. And you just color. I'm going to color lightly so you can see my pencil marks through the crayons. If you're using magic markers, you can color with those. Whatever you want to do. And don't worry about messing up. If you color over something, or you color something and you don't like it, you can turn over the paper and make another one. And that is a good thing. And you can also turn this into a card to give to someone. Maybe you're staying with someone and you want to say thank you. Or maybe you're missing someone today and you want to send them a note. And you could take a picture of it, or you could mail it. And you could say hello to someone that you're thinking about today. Or you can just put this up in your room and look at it and let it make you smile when you need a little smile today. Have you been feeling weird, kind of odd, maybe scared, or maybe just a little nervous about being home when you're normally at school? Things that we do almost every day are called our routines. They're part of our routines, and that's the same for children, for adults, for teenagers, whatever age you are. We all have routines, and when our routines suddenly, that super fast, they change, and we don't know that they're going to change, it surprises us. That can be very disturbing to us. It can be upsetting to us. We may feel like crying, which is perfectly all right. Or we may feel a little bit frustrated and we need to do some jumping jacks or stomp up and down or talk to a friend or journal or jump rope. Yesterday I had a nice big cry. I got frustrated, and then I got sad. And when I started crying, I realized that I was just a little worried about things, and I needed to concentrate on things to be thankful for. When I get worried, I can think about things that I have to be grateful for or thankful for, and it makes me feel better. But crying makes me feel better too. Sometimes I just need to cry a little bit, and it makes me feel like I washed my face. Have you ever washed your face when you were upset? If you get upset, go splash some cold water on your face, and it can really make you feel better. So that's kind of how crying is sometimes. So if that makes you feel better, can also write that down on your journal page. And you notice I'm not working on one area at a time. I'm turning my paper around and working on different areas at a time. You can do it however you want to. You can color all of one petal and then move on to the next petal, or whatever you want to do. I always have to have pink in whatever I'm coloring. I love pink. I love pink. I love purple. I actually love most every color. They all have a place somewhere in what we're making. But I noticed today I've got a lot of purples going on. Trying to find a pretty light blue. Hey, this is a cool blue. Pacific blue. I think we need some Pacific blue. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I don't get all worried about coloring in the lines either. When I was in school, coloring in the lines was a big thing. You really had to color in the lines. You didn't do as well with your teacher if you colored outside the lines. But when you're coloring with Janet, you can color outside the lines. And you're doing terrific. I might even take my blue, and since I colored over a lot of my pencil lines, I'm just going to do my little blue lines a little heavier there on each of my pencil line stripes, and that makes that kind of fun. So there, fun, super fun. And then I think I'll find a different color blue and do the same thing right here. It's kind of a purpley blue. Sorry, I keep sniffing. My nose keeps watering. My eyes are watering. It's allergy season where I'm at. And there are lots of trees that are blooming, and they're so pretty. But they make my nose run, and they make my eyes water. But I don't mind. There we go. Oh, it's super fun. Here's a pretty olive green. Color some olive green on this part. You know the fun thing about coloring too? You can sit for hours and color. When I was little, I spent hours and hours coloring. I loved to color. And when we get done with this today, I'm going to do another journal video. So I would like for you to look around your house or wherever you're at, maybe ask someone that you're with, see if you can find some markers or maybe some colored pencils or some colored ink pens. Maybe you have a red and a blue ink pen, a Sharpie marker, whatever you can find so that you are ready, and some paper. If you need to cut out some paper, you can do that. Whatever you need to do so that you are ready for our next journaling project, because we'll just use whatever we have, and that is so fun. Because when you're using whatever you have, you get really creative. You get creative with what you've got. Let's do some yellow over here. I'm ready for some yellow. And this is a super pretty yellow. My woodpecker's gone next door, but I trust that he'll be back. I think he was finding a girlfriend. You'll see in the video, another woodpecker comes up to sit nearby. Oh, I like this color yellow. So pretty. This is goldenrod. There's a flower called goldenrod. It's beautiful, beautiful flower. All right, so now I'm gonna color, let's see. How about a pretty pink? And then for the middle of my petal here, I think I'm going to do a bright pink. When you're using Crayolas, if you want to use markers or colored pencils as well, you can do those first and then come over with the crayon. Sometimes it's harder to color on top of crayon, but you can do the pencils or the markers first, and then you can use some marker to come over your crayon. But today I'm just coloring and I'm letting my pencil marks show through. Super easy and super fun, and reminding me what I have to be thankful for: my home, my family and my friends, my art, my food and water, and for you. I hope that you have a good day today, and I hope that you will color your 4-leaf clover. And if you can, share pictures of it with me. I would love to see your work too. Bye now.